We are so back indeed. Who's back? Who's back here? Show up. Who's back? Let me know. I can't tell who's here. Isn't that so much better? So now I get a sense of like who's here. It's always good to get a sense of the audience. You know, it's very helpful. Hello, Strawberry. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Good to hear from you again. Quality to Fish. Hello, Shamai. Orange Barnacle as always. Good to see you. Hem Java. Yo. I'm gonna get a few things ready and then we can get going. Hair and makeup on the way. You're right about half of that. You're right about half of that. It's more like hair and something else. No makeup, sadly. Look, good audience here. Always good to see. Okay, you know what? Let's get going. Oh, what did I do? I feel like I cut off the transition there. That wasn't very nice. I should have done that. Should have let the transition play. But hey. Hello, Hika. It was hair and something else. It's actually hair and this. I love shortbreads. Very good. Where are shortbreads actually from? Does anyone know? Like, are shortbreads a British thing? I couldn't actually tell, but it's very good. Enjoy it. Was it just me or were you at the Senedd last week? Leon, where did you get that impression? Come on, fess up. Were you like spying or stalking? How did you, did I post about it? I filmed something definitely in the Senedd. You will see that eventually. Llongyfarchiadau, diolch yn fawr, diolch am y llongyfarchiadau. I mean I said it already in the comments, but I passed. You always thought Scottish? I wonder, you know what? Let's start off the stream with a little Wikipedia rabbit hole. Let's see where shortbreads are from. I need to set up my screen share again. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna let it play this time. There we go. That's more like it. Shortbread. Where's it actually from? Shortbread is Scottish. They're often sold in shape of Scottish Highland Terriers. Wait, like a dog? They're shaped like a dog? I was on a tour with a youth group. Gee, no way, you're in that youth group? You're in the youth group that were like taking up the guide so that we had to wait for like an hour. So we booked a 11 AM tour and then they were like, oh sorry, we're working with this youth group for now. We have a specialized tour for them, so we couldn't like deal with you guys for now, but just wait over here. And then we waited till like 12 before we got the tour. That's the story. Witam i o zdrowie pytam. Wszystko zdrowo, dzięki bardzo. Jestem zdrowy. Potrzebuję więcej zdrowia, chyba, ale Zjesz jest shortbreadem. Yeah, no. So it's you. It's been you all along. It's your fault, Leon. But good to know you were there. Lucin, hello. What are you doing? I am going on a Wikipedia rabbit hole. A shortbread or a shorty about shortbreads. It's a Scottish biscuit. Ah. I don't know what's so. Is it the butter that's so nice about it, or is it the texture? Probably it's a texture. See. It's credited to Mary Queen of Scots. Mari Banri Nahalaba, as they say. Wow, very cool. I did not know that. Why is it called a shortbread? It's because of it's crumbly. What? Long is stretchy, so short is not stretchy. That makes sense. The cause of its texture is the high fat content. Oh shit! I knew it. It's very fat. I should have known that. But it's so good. It's so good. I love shortbreads. In retrospect, I've always known about them because they are in like the assorted biscuits and cookies. In Hong Kong we like Danish cookies, and there is shortbreads in there, but I just didn't know what it was called until I moved here, and then I was like, oh my god, cookies! The soft cookies are so good, and the shortbreads are so crumbly. Love them. You should make a short about this. About what? About shortbreads? Or what about... what specifically? About the tour in the Senedd. It's going to be in the vlog, don't worry. I, as usual, very respectfully did not film the guide, but like we sort of recorded parts of our discussions. I could talk about it right now, in a minute maybe. I'll have to see if I see myself in a vid. No, you won't see yourself in a vid. That was completely unexpected. Wikipedia isn't always that reliable, especially when it comes to certain information. I'm yeah, for sure, but like no one's gonna vandalize a page about biscuits, right? Right? I might speak too soon. Who knows? Could be. Yeah. So I went to the Senedd on Thursday, just the day before my citizenship test. Went there to do some studying, just because I was like, hey, I'm near there, might as well go and ask if I could book a tour. I wanted to try my luck, because according to the Life in the UK a guide for new residents, you have to contact the visitor service, if I'm not mistaken, in order to book a tour. But then I went in. I went through the X-ray, all the security checks, went in. There was an event going on Thursday. I didn't see anyone I could talk to, so I just sat down, had a coffee. The cafe in the Senedd is pretty good. I did some studying, did like a few practice tests, and then before I left, I asked again, oh, do you know who I can ask about like booking a tour? And they pointed me to the reception, which was surprisingly... I missed it. I don't know how. I didn't see the reception. It's just like at the back of the main hall. And I asked them if I could book a tour. They did that for me. It was on Saturday morning. So I came there again with my friend on Saturday morning, 11. And I was like, oh yeah, we booked a tour. Where is the tour? They were like, oh, that guy is responsible for the tours, but he's doing a youth group right now. So you can just wait here. So we had a bara brief. And so on. So yeah, and it ended up being less of a tour and more of a discussion. Because mainly it's because the main Senedd's chamber is under construction right now, under reconstruction, because they're expanding it for the sake of the bigger parliament in May. As you guys might know, the Welsh parliament is expanding from 60 to 96 people. So they're expanding the chamber slightly as well. They're actually not expanding that much. They're just adding seats. But there's a lot of construction going on. So they actually meet in the other buildings like that's connected to the Senedd. And so we couldn't see that. So we end up like having a discussion about, government, politics, how it works, evolution, that kind of stuff. And the guy was very impressed by how much we knew about UK and Welsh governments. And I was like, I literally just did my test on Friday, so I know probably more than I have ever known in my life. and a history as well as like everything that goes on in there. And also, in general, I pay attention to the news and what's happening, what the comings and goings of, you know, that guy that came from London to be the leader and everything. So yeah, and the guy was also from London, and he's probably the one person who's the most excited about me speaking Welsh ever. No, seriously, because like, I mean, Welsh speakers love it, you generally. But this guy, he's from London. He's been trying to learn Welsh as well. I mean, he speaks it, like, not like advanced, but like he speaks it decently. And he was so incredibly excited about us learning Welsh as well. He was like, "Oh my god, I love it so much. I appreciate it." And if you go speak to the speakers, they also appreciate it a lot as well. So yeah, it was a good experience. It wasn't much of a tour, but we had a nice little chat, which may or may not make it into the vlog. I haven't even started my previous vlog, so like it's gonna take a while till it comes out. But I mean, if you miss the news, I passed the test. That's it. Probably I'm gonna name the vlog like I passed the Citizenship in Welsh or something, but that's gonna be in the future because I have like a backlog of things I've filmed and I've still yet to get through. All prep for independent comedy. No comment. The Senedd is pretty weak in comparison to the Scottish Parliament, which is frustrating. I also know things about that. You know, I had to study which of the following can the Scottish Parliament decide on, but not the Welsh and Northern Irish parliaments. And that was also a question. And that was like tax raising powers, that kind of stuff, planning. Congratulations on your test. Thank you. It was a fun experience. Did I probably mentioned it on my last stream, but the one guy who was working there, who like administering the test, that sounds like a medical test, but like, you know, getting me through my security checks and like patting me down with like a metal detector. That person apparently they knew lots of my friends in my music department. So we were like, oh, just chatting a little bit. Oh, you know this person, you know that person, and then I could figure out where they were from. It was an interesting experience, and the test itself was like, I mean, if you were there at the live, or you could go and rewatch it, even though it's a bit choppy, sadly. It took like, I don't know. The actual test took a few minutes max, and the whole process of me going off camera, going through security, getting like everything checked, and stuffing everything in a locker, doing the test, and then getting my stuff back, and then going back into camera. That was like 20 minutes, I think. Congrats again. Never in doubt. You're more British than me at this point, probably significantly. I don't know. It's just knowledge, and like lots of people can study lots of things about Britain, and it doesn't necessarily make them more British. You know, like there are historians who know things about, I don't know, Mayan culture, and it doesn't make them Mayan. So you're British out, innit? No, I mean yes and no. Yes, because I have always been British, technically. I have always been a British national overseas, which is, in fact, a British nationality. It's just that the government's like, nah, we kind of don't want all these Asians coming here and actually acting as Brits, so we gotta stop them somehow. So they didn't give us like right of abode or any rights. No, they gave us some rights, but not like citizenship. So, but yes and no, but like I haven't got the citizenship yet. I need to first of all go through indefinite leave to remain, which, by the way, in Welsh would be caniatad amhenodol I aros. Oh, it's still difficult to remember. Again, I have to plug, you know. Hello, I would be very grateful if anyone could support my settlement application, because that's $3,000, potentially plus $500 for priority processing. So if anyone could chip in, always appreciate it. But yeah, I need to go through that first. That will be next month. I'll be doing that in exactly a month and 5 days. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly. I do know some Hong Kongers who have done it already. Apparently, even though I applied for my visa on day one, there was a bunch of people who got the visa like 2 months earlier than I did. I got my visa in April, so I can only apply in mid-March. But there are some people who got their visas, maybe because they applied at like, I don't know, midnight or something. That's why they got it first. Maybe, who knows, or just random chance. So their visa was up. No, I should say, like, there was a bunch of people who are allowed to apply for settlement like 2 weeks, 3 weeks back already. And then they did that, like, again, at midnight. And then they paid for priority processing. That's an extra $500,000. And then they got it in like 2 days. So there is a certain cohort of Hong Kongers on my visa who are already settled. So good for them. I understand they want to do it ASAP because of all the uncertainty that is coming. Apparently, lots of people are mainly bothered by the language requirement. Obviously, I'm not. I'm bothered by it in a very different way, but that's a different story. I don't know when I'm gonna make a video about that. I might just include that in a video when I like actually apply. Probably. I don't think it's worth making a separate video about that at this point. But yeah, I'm bothered by the language requirement, but lots of people are bothered that they're raising the language requirement and they're scared that they might have to take a B2 test, so they just do it ASAP. Invigilating, yeah, it's true, yeah. That person did invigilate pretty hard. They were like just standing behind me, watching me do all the questions and being very confused by the questions. Meanwhile, I was confused by how it asked me to circle the answers when there was actually boxes by the answers. So like I put circles in the boxes. That was the weirdest thing ever, among all the things. Too many Asians coming here and doing PhDs and learning our native languages better than us. Whatever you're good at, there is an Asian better than you. Yeah, so that's what they say. I don't know. I'm very happy to keep learning. I'm not actively learning Welsh at the moment. I'm learning other British languages, which will be the theme of this stream after we do our little yap, you know, as always. But by the way, are you guys aware of Richard Simcott? He's also doing something very similar to me, because I'm on my like British languages era, and I've learned Welsh. I think I'm pretty confident using the present perfect now. I have learned Welsh, even though I have a lot more to learn. I have a lot more to learn in the language, but I am a speaker. I have been learning British Sign Language. I will get to B2 by the end of this year, hopefully. And then I've been like dabbling in Scottish Gaelic. So I'm going to have a full set, other than Scots, of the British languages. Cornish, I guess. Cornish, I'm missing Cornish. But yeah, meanwhile, Richard is working more on these Isles. So he's been working on Irish and Scottish Gaelic lately. He's been learning Gerrier, you know, the native language of Jersey, which is kind of like French, and so on. So we're on a similar journey. He's just like slightly more hardcore than I am, but also he's native for these islands, so good on him. I'm just an outsider here, you know, learning these languages. What am I doing? But it's been fun anyway. Let's see who else is here. Oh, we got. Wait, hold on. For some reason, when I look at my like YouTube interface, like on the dashboard of the stream, it's always delayed by, I don't know how a very long time. So it is still on the Shortbread thing. For a split second I thought I haven't switched back from a Shortbread, but I have. So I was confused. Don't forget Manx and Old English. Oh, I'm not that sure about like ancient languages. I'm interested in them, but I'm not as dedicated to learning them, like especially to speak them, because I still view learning languages as a means of communication. Even if there's like 600 people that speak the language natively, you know, it's still about like communicating with the speakers of the language. So I'm not that sure about ancient languages. I might like look into it as an academic interest. I was recently told about, I could show you guys this. Some of you might know, but a student of mine who is also a language nerd told me about this thingy lately. Hold on, let me try to fit it to the. There we go. Yeah. So if you guys, I don't know how nerdy you are, but like you may or may not be aware that there is a textbook for learning Latin that is very popular, where it's just in Latin. You read and understand the text from context, from related words, and it slowly builds on itself from like the simplest language to more complex and advanced language. It's called what, the natural method or something. I think it's a shit name because it's, you know, it's very vague, but it is what it is. So this guy, what's Colin Gorry, he wrote a book in the same vein in Old English about a bear or a bear named Oswald. It's a text just in Old English, but this time what's different is you can, you know, lean onto your knowledge of modern English to learn Old English. And I think that's really cool. I wonder if we can get a sample of this. I can show you. I don't think there's a sample, but there is a sample on his YouTube where he uses the book to teach you one chapter of Old English, and it's really cool. It's really cool. Isn't it called natural method? Because that's how we learn to speak when we're young. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the same. It's the same in the sense that you're not like teaching it through a different language, but you're also leaning into your existing knowledge, right? So in Old English, you're taking advantage of your English knowledge, because if someone saw this text, okay, you know what? Let me like find that video, because I watched it already, but I can show you guys what it is like. Oh, sorry, not this one. So you can, yeah. So if you didn't speak English, you wouldn't understand this. So it is definitely not the same as learning as a baby. And also babies can't read generally. They learn to speak first. So I don't think the same method. There are similarities for sure, but it's very clever. And I've been thinking of doing something similar with like other languages. I tried writing like a few sentences in Welsh that would be potentially understandable to a complete beginner just from guesswork. It is surprisingly difficult. Because, you know, you can't be sure how capable the reader is of guessing, you know. I'm sure like they can work their way through it. Like you guys, I don't know if you guys were there when I played Chance of Senedd. That was one of my favorite games. Not that I have played many games. It's one of the only games I've played, but I really loved it. And it is basically a game where you guess your way through a language from context, from like life, you know, life inside the game, and other cues. And I think you could learn a language through that, but you need to have a certain aptitude to be able to guess what's going on. Guessing is a skill, and that's why some people are better at that game than others. So if I were to teach, for example, Welsh in that method, I need to cater to people of varying guessing abilities. Especially, you know, as I always say, most learners of Welsh are monolingual English speakers, which is, again, that's nothing wrong. They haven't done anything wrong, but that also means that they are less experienced in figuring out a foreign language. Babies can't read generally, you know. Boss Baby can read, I think. Can he? I think he can read. It's German, basically. It's mostly German. It's like English with German grammar. Like on England, there is the dative e at the end. There's like adjective declensions, liter tun, I don't know. There is cases for sure on tham tune. So it's like in dim something and so on. Yeah, and then the conjugated word. No, like the what's the term? Like, I want to see the town. He would say like, I want the town see. So it's basically German. So Dutch. Maybe. But yeah, I recommend this video. It's really cool. You basically, I mean, especially you guys, if you're watching this, you are very smart people. Whoa!
Congrats again on passing #settled.
Thank you, Weekle F. Thank you for the 2137. And please laugh, people. I don't know if anyone got the reference, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's very helpful, indeed. Yeah. Well, happy to help. Thank you. That's. I think that puts you on the top of the leaderboard. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I let's see. Maybe Kamil is here. Okay, the non-polls out there. The non-polls. Do you know this? Do you know this reference? Do you know why it's 2137? I just said that number because Polska Górą? Okay, so you know what's up. Syntax. Yeah. So it's like Dutch and German syntax. They're slightly different, I know, but mostly the same thing. What else I want to update you on? I think, yeah, I told you everything that you missed. So no idea. I'm sure someone will be explaining that in the chat. People who know, please explain it in the chat. So I started the stream. It's a semi-spontaneous stream because I have homework to do. As I said in the title, I'm not lying. I actually have homework to do. I'm sorry it's a bit later than usual. I know someone will probably have to go to bed quite soon. But I got the idea to do this stream in the afternoon, but then I also I had agreed to go play some table tennis in the evening. So it's like, I had to figure something out. It's really fun. In Manchester, we have a place where you can just walk in and then play table tennis, and it's completely free. There's no one manning the place. You just go and play. So it is amazing. I try to go there, but haven't been very successful. Anyway, about the homework. So last time after the stream, the citizenship. I still hate this word, citizenship. I can't say it. I don't know why. After the citizenship test stream, people asked me, "Oh, what's gonna happen next?" And I said, "I don't know," and I still don't know. I'm just going by feel, or as they say, play by ear. So what I need to do is for a class tomorrow. I have my British Sign Language class every Monday evening. It is now a proper B2 class. It's a level 3, which is a B2. It's weird. I can't believe I'm already on B2, learning B2 anyway. So, and also went from 2 hours a week to 3 hours a week, which is kind of intense. And what we've been doing so far since the start of the course in January is preparing a presentation. Because one of the exams is where you have to do a proper PowerPoint presentation, which I'm actually fine with. I'm first of all a reasonably experienced public speaker at this point, and I'm a pretty confident signer, so I'm not too worried about it. But the thing is, I have to prep stuff, so I can't just wing it. Because in my level 2, which was like A to B1-ish, there was an exam where you have to do a little presentation-ish. But it's basically like something in your life. Oh, talk about one time you went on a trip or something. Whereas on level 3, it's something you actually have to research. You have to learn things. It's something, for example, mostly about deaf culture, education, that kind of stuff. And then you have to make a PowerPoint. They call it slide deck, don't they? It's weird. I had never heard of the word slide deck. Do you guys say slides? Do you say a presentation? Do you say a slide deck? Because before this course, I'd never heard of the word slide deck before. But yeah, you have to make slides, that kind of stuff. So I actually have to prep stuff. So that's my first assignment. I'll talk about the second one in a little bit. Polish Pope John Paul II died at 2137. Yeah, Polish people made it a funny funny number. It's like the equivalent of 69. It's because it's really irreverent. It's just, the whole point is to be irreverent. That's also hard to say. Irreverent. Slide deck is a very corporate term. Is it? Is that why? Because I mean, so growing up, I always said PowerPoint, but obviously that's a branded term. And then eventually, I tend to say slides or a presentation. I mean, when you open up PowerPoint, it says presentation, like untitled presentation, right? So I just called it a presentation. So so maybe that's why I never heard of slide deck, because I'm not in corpo. Have you ever talked about how you teach your lessons? That could be cool. I mean, it really depends. I try not to go into too much detail now, but the TLDR is I'm slowly working towards a structure. So when I started teaching, let's say Cantonese, because I mainly teach Cantonese, I didn't have a structured goal. I had ideas of what I wanted to teach, like certain topics that I would like go into for a lesson. And after like a couple of years of teaching, I have a clearer picture of what I would do with a new student. But for example, for a new student, for example, the one that started learning with me lately, by the way, I have been teaching Cantonese in Welsh, which is kind of based. He already has been studying himself, so like I don't start from scratch. So it's just a process of like working out what stuff he needs to improve. Or is it vocabulary? Is it syntax? Is it the grammar? Is it just consolidation, etc.? Like I have a student who is a heritage speaker, so they speak it natively, but has a limited vocabulary because they speak it at home. So what we basically do is simply talk about things, and I would correct them if they say something that is like ungrammatical, like obviously English influenced, or like introduce some new vocabulary for other topics that they're not good at talking about. That's yeah, basically it. So it's a very interactive process. That's why I like doing it like one-to-one tutoring, because if I did a class, that there would be more constraints on what I could do and how much I could cater to each student. Is that a good answer? It's not very in-depth, but that's the long and short of it. If you don't mind me asking, do you have a day job? What kind of work do you do? I've been telling people that in terms of hours, I work full time. I just don't get paid full time. So I spend a lot of time on this, like making videos and things. It doesn't look like it, but I spend a lot of time on it. And also have my podcast where we have patrons. By the way, you can be my patron on this channel as well. I've made it a thing. And then what else? So it's sort of, it's a bit of like different income sources. I'm a TA at the uni, at least until the end of this semester. After which I could in theory still stay on, but I feel like I will have overstayed my welcome because I will have been there for like 5 years at this point. I teach privately, so it's a bunch of different things. A proprietary eponym. Corporals like to whip out the decks in front. QWERTY, you just made me say that. Thank God I don't have a Kiwi accent. Cool teacher. Yeah, I enjoy teaching. I don't want to become like a teacher because you know, when you go to school, it's more like crowd control. That's my understanding of it. I haven't done it before, and obviously you need the qualifications for that as well. But I enjoy tutoring because I get to work with a person personally. It's like problem solving. I figure out, okay, so what do you need? What can I offer you next? So again, as I said, I'm still working towards a structure. Eventually, I want to have like a syllabus that I would like roughly figure out where that person is on the scale of abilities, and then use that as a reference. I've yet to like consolidate that, but I sort of roughly have an idea of what comes at each level. But the one thing I struggle with is teaching characters, because obviously in Cantonese we write with Chinese characters, and I always say I could teach you, but it's not a good use of our time and hence your money, because it just takes time. I can explain how it works, but you know, if I were to go through them one by one and then test them, it would just be like a waste of the time. Not a waste, but like not a good use of the time. So so the result is I haven't actually taught many people reading and writing, which is, I don't know, for better or for worse. I wish I could have done that. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Do you play video games? Very little. I always say I'm a workaholic, so when I play games, I feel very guilty. Even when I do like watch TV or like read even. So I only do those things when I'm also learning languages through them / doing it on live. So I have in the past played games on this channel before. I do plan to do it in the future as well, but only if the game is language related / I can play it in my target language. So if you have any recommendations, I'm very open to it. I've been saying I want to play that game based on Welsh mythology for a very long time, but it hasn't come out yet, so I'm still waiting for it. Cyberpunk reference. Wait, what? Did I make a Cyberpunk reference? I think Dusky Cymraeg was always looking for new tutors. I'm open to doing that. But I think it would be a very different scenario from the stuff that I've done in the past, because for one, it's a group, and I've taught groups in the past as well. I've taught some like school children, not children, but no, teens. I've taught Hong Kong teens English in a class before, and it's just very different. You have to do a lot of maneuvering. First of all, it has to be much more structured, and then you have to maneuver between their different needs and figure out what to do. And sometimes you just push through with the stuff that you prepared anyway. And also considering it is mainly Anglophones learning their first foreign language, that comes with other complications. They tend to be more passive because it's in a class. The students I've been working with are very proactive because it's their own choice to learn it. They do not fully rely on me teaching them. They sort of have their own opportunity to practice a language, and they try to do it. I mean, I lots of Welsh learners do that as well, but like being in a class, sort of, I don't know, it just makes you more passive. Like me, when I'm in my Welsh class, when I'm at BSL class, I'm just more passive than I would be when I'm learning a language on my own, even though I mostly learn languages on my own. So you play Trosedd when it... What is it? What is it? I've never heard about it. What is this? This one? It's a narrative. Is it this one, Esme? Driven detective game, investigate crime scenes, Trosedd and my Trosedd again, detect. Oh, they actually have. Balance sy'n cael ei gyrru gan stori, ymchwiliwch olygfeydd troseddau, holi am heion a dod ar lladdwr I gyfiawnder. Oh wow, it has got full audio and subtitles. That's interesting. We're doing homework. We should be. Sorry, I should have been, but like I've been talking to you. I will wish list it. Thank you for the rec. You know, guys, if you know any other languages related to other games related to languages / in my target languages that you would like to see me play, I'm open to it. So yeah, Cymraeg gaming. Yeah, I this is interesting. I didn't know of this one. I guess the one that I've been looking forward to is like much more closely related because it's like actually about the mythology, and the audio is only in Welsh, but at the same time, cool as well. I'll look into that. I'm starting to feel a bit guilty for playing a rewatching video I've already seen. That's my blind spot is YouTube though. Like I just rewatch stuff on YouTube, and I now I feel guilty about that. Cyberpunk 2077 has full native Polish language options. Really? Is it like reliable? Because I've seen lots of translations in games that are very much not reliable. They just, I don't know who did it. It feels like the Welsh test I did, the citizenship test in Welsh. The translation was questionable. If you guys were at the stream, you would know. I reported that to the Welsh language commissioner as well. I wasn't going to, but then chat was like, you should do it. Tell them about the test, about the translation. And then I did, and I forgot what they said. They replied. I haven't looked at what they said. Let me quickly skim. I don't know. I can't be bothered to read it now. But yeah, so they have been notified. Anyway, thanks for reminding. I do need to do my homework. So first of all, I need to. It's made by a Polish company. I had no idea, but isn't that a bit like passe now? It's like 2 years ago. And also, for the record, chat, if you give me anything that is like proper gaming, like action and shit, I'm gonna absolutely suck at it, because I am a 0% experienced gamer. Okay, so like I could do basic platforming and stuff. I'm good at puzzles. It's mainly just brain stuff, brain games, not like actual reaction and things. What else? I'm good at Pokemon, but I'm just too much of a workaholic to actually finish my games. I keep starting them and then not finishing them. Need to drop off now. Catch you next time, and catch you next time as well. Meanwhile, I will make slides. I will need to make a new slide deck, as they say in Corpo. So let me use my favorite Taylor's Principle. Yes, I have bought Taylor's Principle. I haven't started it because, as I say, I would be more motivated to actually play games if I am streaming them. But so I haven't started it. But I haven't. Is there a good localization? Let me use this. This looks. I tend to use this one. So I'm gonna prep a presentation about the changes that are taking place in British Sign Language. I was initially going to do one on deaf schools in Manchester, but I feel like that is too much research for me. So, and then it's funny. Last time when I went to class, the teacher was like, "Okay, now go in groups and then like practice your presentations." And then I was like, "I don't have one." But then, while other people were doing the presentations and while we were also just yapping about things, I got the idea to talk about, recent changes. For example, replacing signs with new ones, and PC and all that. So I think that this could eventually become a video, because that is a genuinely interesting topic that I might talk about on my channel. And just this is my early preparation for that. More for gaming if it's anything action, but still fun. As long as you enjoy it, doesn't really matter if you're good at it. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I suck too much, then it's not fun, right? I was playing Evil Land, which was pretty fun until I couldn't beat the boss. I know how to. I know exactly how to do it. I just can't do it, and then I gave up. A bunch of video games to get back to. I need to finish my Pokemon games. Jesus Christ! I haven't even finished Sword and Shield. I finished the main game. I haven't. It's the one based on Britain. It's the one that I really need to finish. I finished the Isle of Man expansion pack, the DLC. I've barely even started the Scotland one. I feel bad for Scotland. And then the Scarlet and Violet one. I'm like 80% done in the main game, and then my friend kept saying like, Israel, you really gotta finish the game, and then we can like do these like multiplayer raid battles, and then I was like, no, I can't find the time. I'm gonna do stuff, and then he just gave up, and then it's all like 2 years ago now. It's like it's too late for that. And there's a new game that just came out, and I haven't even bought it, and because I was like, what is the point if I'm not gonna play it? Are you making a presentation in Welsh? Sadly, no. But it's the evolution of BSL. Yes. So I have some ideas which I'm gonna throw in. Let me see. Where is my? Hold on. I'm sure I have my ideas written down somewhere. Okay. So I'm gonna make a slide just to put my rough notes. Oh, sorry, this is a different topic. Manchester first course for the teacher of deaf but all spoken. I need to do research into that. But that's something I might potentially make videos on in the future / presentations in my exam. I do want to make a video about like deaf schools and things, but that I've actually done some research already. It's just not very conclusive, and I need to like talk to actual experts to get their expertise on it. And it's like further down the line. I've got so much stuff planned already. I haven't even done my like Portugal one. It's just I've got so many ideas. Just got a huge backlog, and I can't get through them. How do I cross it out? How do I cross it? Where's what? Strike through. So my main idea was to talk about like PC, like political correctness, because that's changing parts of BSL, and there's like a bit of debate. So you know what? Oh, why is it? Why am I on Uyghur? BSL is changing right now. That's a decent topic. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna eat my shortbread because I'm a bit hungry. I'm just a very busy guy. Maybe that's how I feel anyway. I wanted to say I do waste some time watching YouTube, but then that just sounds even more of a workaholic. So I don't know anymore. You could collect Pokemon cards. It's so much money though. You can revisit the British Deaf History Society and talk to people. That's my plan. That's my plan. I want to talk to them, but I don't think I've done enough like preliminary research to talk to them. Also, like, I have an idea about the deaf schools thing, where I would use the Manchester Deaf Institute as like an introduction, because it's a very intriguing existence. Like, it is called the Deaf Institute, and it is a jazz bar. That's like a huge incongruence right there. So I would use that as like an introduction, but then because there's actually not that much to talk about that place itself, because it was a deaf school, and then it closed down, and then someone else bought it and made it bar. So I would like use that to talk about, you know, deaf education. I haven't decided like which path to go down, because I don't want the video to be like 40 minutes long like my bigger ones. So I think I would either talk about like why deaf schools have closed so much. Like, there used to be hundreds of them in the UK. Now there's 22. Why? Or I could like switch towards talking about sign language in education, because it was banned. It was not used for a very long time, as some of you might know. And then I might also like talk about like what happened to like other Manchester deaf schools, because it's like local. So I need to decide on a direction before I go and talk to the actual historians. But then once I have the right idea in mind, I would like go, like interview them, because I definitely do not want to talk about deaf history on my own. If I don't feel like it's my place, so I'm gonna interview some experts who are deaf and get them to like talk to my audience as well. I only want to revisit the BDHS because I had to leave early. Oh, right, yeah. You could compare the evolution of BSL to how spoken languages evolve because sign language. I want that. I think that's part of it. Wait, it's not in the notes. Do I have like other notes? Yeah, that was my idea as well. Evolve faster. But I don't think I can give a conclusive answer. Why it evolves faster than spoken languages? So I might need to like look into papers and stuff. I don't actually know how long this presentation for tomorrow needs to be. Partly because I just realized yesterday that I haven't been receiving any emails from my teacher since the start of the course. I just thought he forgot to send them, but turns out he just didn't send them to me. Everyone else had the emails. So I don't actually know what this presentation has to be. I just need to know I need to do something. By the way, fun fact about this exam. There is a weird thing where you have to do health and safety. I don't know why. Why is that a thing? Who the hell? So basically, you need to say, if there is a fire, please remain calm and go down those stairs, and so on. I forgot what else. I literally don't know. There's gonna be a fire alarm. There's gonna be like a hearing person one with the loud sounds, and there's gonna be a deaf person one with the lights. And then please go down in an orderly manner. Don't rush. Don't leave your stuff. So don't take your stuff. What else is in health and safety? Toilets are downstairs. Again, it's so bizarre that I have to include this in my presentation. I'm happy to, but I just find it weird. Freak the fuck out and panic sell. Probably. I once met a person in one of my schools who was deaf. I think he used American Sign. Where are you based again, Loser? Where did you go to school? I actually don't know. His name was Ming, though I feel like it might have been a nickname. Who knows? They switch on the stuff on display. I eventually in the exam I'll put like pictures on it, but you know what? Fire something. I can't be asked to do that right now. It's so boring. Okay, so I have several main ideas of what I will go through. So like, I will use my language expertise. Languages change. I think my classmates won't do that because they are not like I won't say I'm an expert, but I have certain expertise in languages in general, right? Most of them don't. Most of them are just English speakers. So we did this in volunteer training. There's a lot of safeguarding we went through, and don't forget there is only one accessible fire exit. Again, yes, makes sense. But why in my presentation exam? Why is this necessary? I'm not actually I'm not training anyone. It's an exam. So how do languages change? That's one idea. Okay, you know what? I'll potentially include like, why does BSL change? Do you think sign language actually changes faster than spoken languages? I'm actually not 100% sure it does. So fast. How is BSL changing? Good evening, Noah. They're not linguists, you mean? I'm not a linguist either. I have an interest in linguistics, but yeah, that's kind of what I mean. So like, I don't think people would be have experience and expertise to talk about this specifically. Is your class spoken English medium? You mean like my BSL class? It's supposed to be completely silent, but unfortunately, it is not. And very often, like when we're told to like, oh, go practice in groups, halfway through, the teacher will have to be like, too much English. He has to do like, too much English. Stop. And that happens all the time. I just don't know why. I've heard that other classes on the same level are not as noisy. I just don't know why mine's just really talkative. It's good to know if any BSL students decide to work with deaf people in the future. You mean, oh, how to do this? I mean, yeah, teach it. I just don't get the point of this. So what else? So how is it changing? Maybe like, okay, first of all, new signs. I could talk about, you know, syntax. Because there is a range of syntax options, because there are some people who sign BSL, which is just sign language grammar. There's some people who sign supported English, which is English grammar but signed, and then most people are like somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. So I have to give examples. Spectrum. Many people in the middle. Oh my god, eventually I'm gonna have to make them pictures. Like, oh, I can't be arsed. I'm just gonna make points for now. Maybe it's their only time they socialize with people. They go back in the caves after class. But it's also the only time, one of the few times you get to socialize in BSL. And that's the point as well. The teacher's like, stick to the sign language because you get to practice, you get to like experience socializing with a completely different medium, and also practice the grammar or how to interact in a completely visual only medium. So I think it is very important. I'm kind of like, I'm the odd one out. I'm like, well, as well, personally, I just like not talking. I'm not using my voice. I'm just talking, but not using my voice. And when I'm in there for 3 hours, I'm like, yes, I can just let my vocal cords rest for 3 hours. This is amazing. But then everyone's like speaking. I'm like, okay, what do I feel like I have to speak now. I have to use my vocal cords instead of just my hands. But like, I genuinely enjoy not using my vocal cords. I don't know why people don't. It's like so relaxing. It is like, I'm speaking right now. It is tiring at a certain point. And people have to speak all day long normally. Is sign supported English what they use for translating from English? I mean, it depends. You can translate into like any form of it. Like no. Okay, on the television they use BSL, which is a more visual medium and doesn't follow English grammar. Example. Oh, I want to find an example that's like halfway between BSL and SSE grammar and English grammar. But like, I wanted to say, I know what you want, but then no. Something else. Because like it would just be BSL and then like full on English grammar. Something else. I want to use a relative clause or like a question clause. Middle. What? That's really difficult. Okay, I'll rethink this. My class is also very noisy at break time. I usually try SSE in breaks because of my classmates are deafened or deaf, but I really struggle with. You have actually deafened classmates? We don't. Oh, we have like hard of hearing classmates. 2 at this point, but they're like fully speaking, and they love speaking as well. I can't do SSE. I'll come back to this. I'll think of an example. where there's like BSL grammar, English grammar, and then something that is in between. Oh, I think of something. New signs. So why? I think a good point is going to be like international contact. Someone gave me this idea. I prefer BSL, but I don't have that much vocab. I still make these mistakes with grammar. Honestly, the grammar doesn't matter that much, to be honest. I don't bother with it. I just get it. I don't know why. I think from my experience with anyone who speaks a non-Western European language, the key is just to think in the non-Western European language, and then it works. It doesn't. You just need to stop thinking in English. That's very difficult for people who only speak English, because all their thoughts are in English. But I don't know. At some point, for me, it just clicked, because I think of BSL grammar not as grammar per se, but like reenactment. For me, it's more reenactment supported by like lexical signs and symbols, and then it just clicked. So yeah, international contact. So why is I don't know how long this is gonna need to be, so I'm just gonna put in all my ideas and then decide tomorrow which ones I keep. International travel, video. So deaf people have been traveling abroad like for more than 100 years ago, right? And then now you also have like video calls and video conferencing, I guess. So as a result, meet people who use different sign languages. So as a result is, I don't know how I'm going to structure this slide, to be honest. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I want to say use endonym, but I feel like that's too technical. Do you guys know what endonyms are? Let's see if chat knows. Do you know what this means? I probably will have to explain it either way, but I'm curious. But meanwhile, I'm going to eat this shortbread. This is the shortbread stream. I just love it. Sorry. Okay. Their own signs. I'm gonna put this on a new slide. Use your own signs. Example. Country names. Like, America, China, Japan, Italy. What else? Not Germany. Ukraine. Not Poland. No, that's good enough, I think. Nice bit of ASMR. Did you hear that? Oops. Yeah, I suppose there is a bit of an amplification going on in my audio. That's why. When talking about other people, use your own signs. Finland. What is Finland in Finnish sign? In Finnish sign language. Let's see. This is research. This is actual research. Oh, where is... This channel is pretty cool. The Sign Polyglot. It's not the kind of channel I'd want to be subscribed to, because it's not like I don't know. It's more like a resource than entertainment. But I also know someone who is a proper signed polyglot. Like I met a Hong Konger in a deaf Hong Konger in Manchester the other day. I knew they're from Hong Kong, so they signed Hong Kong sign, and they're learning BSL right now because they live in Britain. And I knew they knew international sign, and I asked, oh, why do you know international? And they said, oh, because I lived in Taiwan for a bit, and then like we met people, we played sports, and we played sport, and then we met people from different parts of the world. So I just ended up learning like different sign languages. I thought that was so cool. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, Finland's good. That's what we do in BSL now. Finland, yeah. So you are right. Finland is an example. So what happened was, we started using the country's own signs for their countries rather than our signs. Because like my last BSL teacher from level 2, he told us that, oh, in BSL we used to do this for America, and everyone's like, what the hell, never seen that before, because it's been completely replaced by the American sign for America. How many tabs do you have open? You look like you're ready for everything. No, I just open it on a different window and then like bring it in. One of the teachers who knows different sign languages. Yeah, in the Manchester Deaf Centre, Brent knows 4 sign languages. So British, international, Romanian, and I don't know, something else. Yeah, because of his life experiences. They just pick these things up. It's, for one, there is more in common between different sign languages than between different spoken languages, I think, because it's, as I said, it's more like embodying what you're trying to say rather than strictly like, oh, learn a grammar, learn this, learn that. It's more like interpreting a different meaning, but like, I want to describe what happened here. I'm gonna use a visual way to show you what happened. And all you need to do is replace the signs that are different with like the new language. So they just pick them up. And also they're much less of perfectionists when learning other sign languages, because for them, like, it's just about communication. So they really don't care if they don't sign very well. Like they use the wrong sign, the accent's wrong. They don't care. They just want to communicate. So they just pick them up really quickly. They move to a different country and then just learn the language. 3 is impressive. Yeah. I mean, I love to like eventually learn more. I'm just focusing on BSL now because I'm living in Britain. I feel like I will try to learn some Hong Kong sign more seriously, because I know increasingly many people who are native in Hong Kong sign. So might as well. I know a few things now. When I was talking to the person mentioned earlier, we were mostly signing BSL because I basically only know BSL. But then I tried to sign in a way that is less English dependent, because like they don't know English very well. So for example, when I signed things like days of the week or months, in BSL basically you for Monday you do MM, Tuesday TT, Wednesday WW, and then like January is JAN, February is FEB, and so on. So like these are very much dependent on your knowledge of English, and that's fine if you're a deaf person growing up in Britain in an English-speaking environment. But if if a deaf person from Hong Kong moving here, it's a bigger hurdle. So when I signed that to like Hong Kong deaf people, I try to replace these like very English-dependent signs to something easier. For example, like months in Hong Kong sign, it's just the number, and then like this is like the calendar, and then like days of the week, there's like numbers from your shoulder, that kind of stuff. So it was very fun, like mixing the 2 languages just to like pick the one that works best. I really want to learn some basic Czech sign. Yeah, it is. It's not easy. I might not learn it like formally. I'm probably just gonna like ask my friends to teach me some, and maybe like buy them lunch or something. Like eventually, if your main aim is to communicate, you eventually like pick up some things anyway. So that's one effect of international contact. Another one is adopting signs from international sign / ASL. Example, language, that is from international sign, or that's from ASL basically. My classmate told me this is confirmed in international, but like I didn't know that before, so I don't feel comfortable like using it. I had an idea earlier. Oh, this was in the thumbnail. I love you. I love you. That's ASL. That's completely very not British, but we have sort of. Oh, I shouldn't say we. I'm not technically a part of the community, but you know the deaf community in Britain has adopted this as well. It's too handy. No pun intended. What else? What else has BSL adopted from international sign? I'm actually not sure. I think more will come to me eventually. France? No, that's just French sign. I'll think of something. International contact. Okay. Another reason is changing. Political correctness. Not in a bad way. It is just what it is. To change or not to change. And so I will split this into two, because there is a point of contention. Because, for example, this used to be the sign for China, and I mean some people still use it. My teacher uses it, and I kind of it's weirdly grown on me. It has, I don't know why. I have a it has a special place in my heart. I kind of don't hate it. I don't but the thing is, so like discrimination is mainly there is an argument that like the fact that this is racist is a result of things that are not because of the appearance. Because saying Chinese people have smaller eyes is a fact. Like statistically, we do. Asians, well, the thing is, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, they use the same sign. China, Japan, Korea. That's a problem. But statistically, Asians do have smaller eyes. So, the argument is, I'm not saying I agree, but the argument is that the reason why we consider this racist is only because people have used that as a proxy for discrimination against Asians, and the argument is that that's a hearing people problem, and that doesn't, like, deaf people have not done the same thing as much historically speaking, because to them this is purely a physical feature. So yeah. How do I explain this in simple sign? That's a question. That's crazy. Yeah, it is. Never seen that for China. Yeah, my teacher uses that one. It is very outdated, but you do still see it. For example, I think there was a Receptive exam video that used this one. So you have to understand it. And my teacher, yeah, he does use it. He uses both. This is a Chinese sign for China. So we sort of use that as well. But this is the old British sign. Yeah, but the craziest thing is not the fact that this is China, but the fact that this is also Japan and also Korea. That's a crazy part. As you say, the deaf said the native sign language users don't always get the chance to communicate in their preferred language, since sign languages are in the minority. Yeah, so they figure out ways to communicate. Yeah. So I'm just gonna write in English now and then figure out how to sign it later on. It is just a visual description. Discrimination. But I don't know. I'm sure I'm sure there have been deaf people who have used like eyes as a racist descriptor, right? I'm sure that's happened, but I suppose like it's less. I can't tell. There's a reason why during COVID you couldn't buy any masks. You have to find masks designed on your face shape till they fit function better. Yeah, there's different face shapes. It is just genetics. The values you attach to the genetics is what makes you racist. Like if you think a certain type of feature is worse, makes you a worse person, that's racist. But like if you're just saying, oh yeah, certain people have certain features, and it's just a description. But in the hearing world, it is impossible to separate them now because of all the historical baggage that it has been tied to. So it is impossible to untangle that now. But I can see the argument that there is not as much baggage in the deaf world. But I think like saying this out loud has made it easier to like formulate it in the presentation. It is racist only because people have used it to the description to oppress people, right? To oppress. So it's a hearing people problem. That's the argument anyway. Change. So why should you not sign this for China? Because in history, people have been oppressed. People. Yeah, why? It's weird. It's hard to put that in words when you're so used to it. Like why is it racist? How do I put that in words? Because I can't say proxy. That's too complex of a word to sign. I'm thinking about how I would reenact it. I think what I would do is I would like row shift. I would like pretend I'm that person, and then say, "Haha, you have small eyes," and laugh at you, and then like oppress you. Yeah, I think that's how I would sign it. Oh right, because people see these visual features. And bully or oppress people, because yeah, people who have the feature. I'll write in English again now with the features. Or even now. Oh, this should be the past. Yeah. I mean, I guess it still happens, but you know, let's simplify it. Now. People are uncomfortable to see these signs. Are not uncomfortable. So yeah, I think that's good like summary of this like dichotomy. So maybe deaf people who are more in the hearing world would change. Because like if a deaf person communicates more with hearing people, for example, they speak well, so they might go this way and abandon the old racist looking signs. But if you're a very deaf person who doesn't speak at all, you only communicate with deaf people, then it might not be as big of a problem. Okay, I'll go back to examples. Some signs are offensive. I forgot to sign offensive. I've seen it before. I think my teacher has signed it as well, but I can't remember. Because if you look up a dictionary, if you look up offense in a BSL dictionary, it's going to give you, and that's like, I'm offended. But I'll think about it. Some signs are offensive. Stereotypes, yeah. Stereotypes, yeah. The person, you slap a stereotype on them. Stereotypical, I guess, if it's English. Examples. China. What else? Africa, I guess, this one. Yeah, because this is black. It's just black. The face is black. That's the old sign. But people still use it. Which ones? Which ones are also... Oh, Jewish. I actually... The whole reason I was inspired to do this presentation is because someone told me that you don't sign this anymore for Jews. Well, at least some people don't do that anymore. But that's how I've always been taught. That's Jew. And also that's Israel. Because big beard. But now they have moved towards like something else that's more based on the menorah. What else? Which ones have they changed? Because I can't remember. There is a lot of them. Oh, India. Yeah, for sure. India is now the shape of the country. Yeah. So China used to be the eyes. Now it's the Changsam. Africa used to be like the face is black. Now it's the shape of the country. No, sorry. shape of the continent. I made a very basic mistake. The shape of the continent, but then, the other ones are countries. Jewish used to be the beard, and then now it's the menorah, the lights, and then India used to be the dot. What do you call that again? I don't know. Now it's the shape of the country. Yeah. So these look really bad if you see them for the first time, but that's just what it is. That's welcome to the deaf world. Okay, that's good. I think that's good stuff. I'll put this elsewhere. I'm not sure about... maybe I won't do this. At least not for this presentation. Okay. How do languages change? So... how do I explain this? So languages change because people just communicate and then agree on the meaning of the word. Right, for example, new sign. I mean, even in English, right? What's a good example in English? Okay, new English word. I'm thinking. What's a good new English word that I could use? Vibe, yeah. Vibe. Okay. So spread. So original meaning vibrate. So community. Communicate. What Iceland? Oh, that's the opposite though, because Iceland is are you referring to like the purism? Because that's the opposite. That's like it's a more like top-down prescriptive way of changing the language. What they did was they were like, we got too many foreign words. Let's make up our own words. And then they succeeded in spreading them. That happened in Polish as well. Polish has a lot of words that were like made up during the purist movement, like samochód, which means car. Like lots of other countries use like auto, but Poland uses samochód, which literally means self-going, the self-goer. And just because they were like, we don't like it's too foreign, let's make our own word using Polish roots. But that's the opposite though. Now I'm talking about like sort of organic evolution of language. Do you say evolution or evolution? Which one do you say, chat? Do you say evolution or evolution? Is sign doing away with gendered language too? It has never had gendered language. So what can I do? Like, there's no pronouns. They don't give a fuck about pronouns. Like when you would describe an occupation, for example, you just describe what the occupation does. Like a waiter. Like, who cares if it's a man or woman? Just, or like server. So nurse. So that it's never been gendered. when might it be gendered? Like when they're literally talking about gender, then yeah, of course it's gendered. Like the man and woman. Yeah, we've got a classmate who learned sign from like a northeastern person, and then he just keeps telling us how the northeasterners sign it, and it's crazy. I think the northeastern sign for woman is like boobs or something like that. It's funny. Does sign have politeness? They are famously direct. Famously not very polite in like the indirect sense. I found out this word gander. Take a gander? You mean like that? Communicate. Decide new meaning. Spread. So in this scenario is no, I'll put this here. Example, vibe. And then online community. Vibe comes from like online communities, right? Oh, means atmosphere. How do you say atmosphere? I actually don't know this one. I think mood. Like maybe that. That potentially. I'll show you how I look up stuff in the dictionary. Let's look at the dictionary. This guy spells it out before signing it. Yeah, atmosphere. Yeah, atmosphere. According to Google, vibe was originally short for vibraphone. I know. I'm a musician. I'm very aware that vibes mean vibraphone, but I don't think the current meaning of vibes came from the vibraphone. It is just from vibrate. Can mean atmosphere. That's one of the meanings anyway. Oh, the vibes are great. Vibes. Yeah, vibes. I think that's how people would sign vibe. Others. Oh, interesting. Agree. And spread. So yeah, that's how they change, how you get new words. Okay, also like BSL dialects. So how any dialects form, to be honest. Region, communities in different regions separate, don't talk to one another. So what happens is like each region has like, for example, their own like deaf center, and then in the past they wouldn't talk to each other. It's like all separate. And so new signs don't spread. So different dialects. That is also it. Yeah, that's just a very dumbed down version of linguistics, dialectology. Those people who sign directly, are they basically like Germans and Dutch people? I don't know how I would compare them. It's just a different culture. Like, they would see you and say you got fat, because, I mean, they're very visual people. So you got fat, bam, you got fat. Does sign have filler words like common words, I guess, gesture? See, that's a very good question, because when you think about, let's say sounds like or what you're doing is you don't have any content to express. You don't have anything to say, but you want to take up space in the conversation so that you don't lose your, like, lose a mic. You don't lose the power to speak. You don't want to let someone else take over and start talking, right? Like me. It's not like you guys would have taken over, but like I said because I still want to convince you that I'm still speaking, even though I have nothing to say at that very moment. So that's how these sounds came to be. And in sign, I have picked up this habit unknowingly as well, but I've got a friend who does that all the time, and that's this one. Because you're still moving your hand, you're not actually saying anything, but you're moving so that people are aware that you are still making your utterance, your contribution. So that's one way to like in sign, and I really like it. But I can't do it for long. Yeah, like, so I'm signing something. I don't know what. I don't know what I want to sign. I'm signing. I can't do like signing and speaking at the same time. It's so difficult. But yeah, it's funny. But then my friend did this so much that someone tried to make it his new sign name, but then it looked like he had like Parkinson's or something. So they were like, no, maybe not use that. Okay, so that's good. How is BSL changing? New signs. Do I have examples? Let's look at my notes. I made some notes, but they may not be comprehensive. Oh yeah. Yeah. I should add this as well. I feel like I could just consolidate these two sections into one section. It feels like they're kind of saying the same thing, or they have a lot like entanglement between them. Let's say, so betterment of education. No, that's not necessarily betterment, like changes in education. For example, deaf people in bilingual / mainstream education. So some deaf people are raised in an education that uses both English and BSL, or some people just go to mainstream schools where they rely on speaking and lip reading, or more deaf people with an education, so that they are more aware of the world, in the hearing world especially. So maybe more English influence, or what else? Or develop ways to discuss more complex topics like politics. Yeah. Influence on signs or grammar. So I want to add something here. I want to add development of technology. Yeah, because that is also an important change. I mean, that is a change in every language when a new technology comes out. But so examples: computer, smart. Phone. Because phone used to be this. Now it's this. Because of the phones are different now. Or office, because office used to be writing but now it's computer based. So changes in our how we use technology, or development of new technologies need new signs. What are some new technologies that have since then gained signs? I don't know how to sign things like what's a word? I don't even know how to say that in English. What's a pager? Yeah, pager. How do you sign pager? I wouldn't know how to sign pager. I wonder if they have it. Oh. Let's look at this one. Just, yeah, it's just a thing on your belt, in your pocket. Okay, what are some new technologies? Chat, what are some new technologies? We've got phone already. Phone's here. Computer's here. AI is just AI. There's nothing interesting about that. Technology. I don't know, maybe washing machine. Washing machine is a new technology. Was a new technology at some point. Yeah, washing machine. So they made a new sign for the washing machine. Oh, that, yeah, goes around. VR is just gonna be VR. It's just, I mean, in English you also spell it out. So, what is robot? Is like this robot. I suppose it was also new at some point. It is these are very visual as well. Yeah, I suppose like if it's very new, if it's so new that you still use the abbreviation in English, then you'll use the letters in VSL like AI, just AI and VR. Dishwasher. I forgot how to sign dishwasher. Oh, like probably that. Yeah, I think it's that. Let me see. Oh no, okay, close enough. Dishwasher. That's good. Yeah, washing machine, dishwasher. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll put this first. What is glasses? Sunglasses. I'm not sure. I guess sunglasses. Oh, we could look it up. Oh, that's... we just do this one. This is glasses. Sunglasses. I like this one anyway. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, so you got new technologies. You need signs for them. You use technology differently. So phones are no longer like this. Office are now mainly computer based. Oh, you know what? Tablet's a good one. Tablet is like, yeah. Or like, you know, apps like Instagram, Facebook. You need signs for those as well. Even though they still haven't agreed on one. Instagram has like 1 million signs. Facebook is like Facebook because it's Facebook. But Instagram has 1 million ones. Like some Instagram, like photos. I don't know if they still use that because Instagram's not even about photos nowadays. It's like slop videos. So maybe that will change. And then my level 2 teacher does like just swiping for Instagram. I'm like, that could be any social media, but that's what they do. Twitter is not really a thing anymore. I guess it's X now. Instagram, Facebook are good enough. TikTok. I think it's TikTok. There's also one that's like a Tic Tac. I forgot how they do that. Instagram, Facebook. Is that old phone sign still used for telephone? Yeah, I mean it's perfectly valid to use it. I like it. I still like it. It's distinctive, and I'm old. I think it's perfectly valid. But like maybe some kids don't know why it's like this anymore. Maybe they're like, why are you doing like that? Phones are like this. It's like, oh, why? What is that like save button? A Polish aunt moved to Canada in 80, and at that time dishwashers weren't a thing in Poland, so she just called maszyna. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you need. I mean, it's the same thing. You need new words for new things as well. I like what I've got here. I think I've got enough stuff for the presentation. I might like just delete this and then put that. Should I still keep this? That's about the syntax. Maybe the syntax is too complex for me to talk about. I might put that like in education. Yeah. And then I'll delete these. I mean, this section on its own is like one presentation with like subsections. I don't know if I want to keep this. I don't even have an answer for this. So, visually motivated signs. Because you have a lot of I have an idea. Visually, no, I think they still say iconic. Iconic signs. This is iconic, by the way. No, wait, sorry. Oh shit, which one is it? This one? Iconic? Iconic. Yeah, iconic. Apparently, one of my classes was really excited because that's how like queer people also sign iconic, as in like, oh, that's iconic. But like, for iconic in the linguistic sense is also iconic. Caught between the rock of knowing your audience and the hard place of utilizing your expertise. You know me perfectly, Esme. Exactly my problem right now. Iconic signs. How to visually represent a woman. Honestly, I don't know why that's a woman. Is it like makeup? Maybe not a woman. I know. What's another different good example? Especially because, for example, if you want to represent a bird or an elephant, you've got like several options. But usually in each language, you've got like one main option. In BSL, like this is elephant. That's a bird. But I like the woman example because you've got the breast one. But I might not be the best example. I could come up with a better one. What is something that you could have multiple ways of visually representing? No, turtle is just turtle. Why am I thinking animals so much? Just for the record, I'm not calling women animals. Whenever I think visual, like iconic signs, as in like signs that represent something visually, I just think animals because they're so obvious. Oh yeah, whale. Whale, easy. Because most people sign whale, but then that guy who signs northeastern BSL, he does like whale. Because so it could be the tail, it could be the like sprouting water. Because I initially wanted to use woman because I really like the breast example, but I can't tell why this is woman. This is most BSL users do this one, but I can't tell why it's a woman. Any other possible examples I could use? That's one thing I noticed when I teach as well. It's not easy to come up with examples on the spot. Because you know the facts, you know that they are examples, but you just can't pull something out of your memory right away. Rabbit, dog, cat. No. No, I think I'll stick to this one. Whale. How would you sign chicken? That's a good one. I don't know. It's chicken for sure. Chicken. But breast, maybe just breast. Probably chicken breast. What? Okay, I'll give myself like half more minute to think of a better example. But if I don't have one, I'll leave it with whale. So BSL describes a lot of signs describe something visually, but there are different ways to describe. So example. How do you represent a whale? I think that's good enough. What if I think about like a new technology kind of thing? What's a new technology that could be represented in multiple ways? I don't have one right now. I mean, computer could be a laptop, could be a keyboard. That could be one. What other new technologies are there? I mean, robots just, I only know one sign for robot. Plane? No, plane's just plane. Fine. Spider? That is just, it's just that one sign for spider. Female deer. Deer. I'll stick to whale. Whale's good. Big props to that one guy who gave me so many examples, because his dialect is so different. It gives me a lot of examples to use. Okay, let's see my notes. Have I... Oh, that's my conclusion. International. Yeah. Okay, so conclusion. Changes good or bad? I don't care. Important is communication. Understand. So, meet someone who uses a different sign. So, explain. Patient. You patiently explain. And then discuss. And then understand. Easy. That's my conclusion. Okay, that's my first assignment sort of done. Oh my god, I scared away so many people. Or did people just go to bed? Where are people? There are people like scared of me talking so much about how languages evolve. I also have a different thing I have to do, so I might do it on stream as well, and so I can like share it with you guys and let you see how I study languages, especially ones that are less bog standard. Yeah, because I've seen other channels streaming their language study, and it's like, I don't know, mostly clicking through different apps and websites, doing like exercises, filling in the blanks, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Well, let me do something different. Let me show you how I do this very different language. And you might be surprised by it. I like that. Okay. Right. Let me move on to my second assignment, which is called it's for my different exam. So if you haven't been to my BSL streams before, what happens because like in spoken language you have like, why am I slowing my words? In spoken languages you have listening, reading, speaking, writing. In sign languages you don't really have reading and writing. You could, but like it's not really a thing. And instead of speaking, listening, you have productive skills and receptive skills. For one, because it feels weird to use listening. I mean, I am a big proponent of using the verb speak for sign language. I think it's perfectly valid to say I speak a sign language, but listening is a bridge too far. I think listening is specifically using our ears. So they say like productive and receptive skills. So just now that would be like a productive exam, because I would be signing and telling people about things. And then my next assignment is receptive skills. So it's like I have to watch a video and understand and answer questions about it. Full disclaimer, in my last level, in level 2, I was dead scared of this exam because I'd never felt comfortable understanding sign language. I still struggle a lot with understanding what people are saying. Like when I watch someone say something, I understand. Like without context, maybe like 40%. With context, maybe like 80%. And then there's like stuff that's tailored to my level, not like native level things. So I'm still very scared of it. And I have a friend who is very good at signing and everything. He's been signing all his life, even though it's like a second language. And he failed this exam. He failed the level 3 receptive exam. So I'm really scared of this one. So my teacher started like sending us these videos to practice early on in the course, and he was like, "You won't understand everything, and it's fine. It's going to be very confusing, and that's fine. You practice, and then you get better eventually. So now you can watch me be confused." Have you ever heard of the language from Jersey, Jerrier? I literally talked about it earlier this stream. Did you miss that? It has been mentioned against all odds. It's such a tiny language, but yeah, I have talked about it because Richard Simcott, the famous polyglot, he is currently focusing on it. Oh, hey, that's me. That's me. Should we watch it? Okay. Oh, that's his own channel. Okay. Right. Let's see. Oh, it's only 7 minutes. So I think the actual level 3 exam is like an hour and a half. My level 2 exam was half an hour. So what happened was there was a story in 4 parts in level 2, okay? So in the beginning, they sign the whole story, all 4 parts. And then they sign each part separately. And after each part, there is like, how many questions? I think 3 questions. I think 3 questions. So for example, so they have like part A, B, C, D. They would sign A, B, C, D and the whole thing. Part A, and then the 3 questions for part A. 3 questions again, and then part B, questions, and so on. So level 3 is probably going to be something similar, but like just a lot harder and longer. And imagine, an hour and a half. Jesus. I don't think we even get to, because in level 2, like what we did was like we sat in a classroom with a pen and paper, and then we would like do the multiple choice questions. I think in level 3 supposedly you have to do it separately or on a computer. I don't know, but it is, I know it's very hard. Llongyfarchiadau mawr ar wneud y prawf dinasoediaeth Prydeinig. Dyled yr awr, dyled y dyn. Oh, what is that? Is that an idiom? Dyled yr awr, dyled y dyn. I wytyn heiddi'r gwyn coch gorau am hyn. Wow, diolch yn fawr am y llongyfarchiadau. So ni eisiau yfed gwyn coch hefyd, ond does gen I ddim. Os da chi eisiau, da chi'n gallu rhoddi rhywbeth I fi hefyd. Mae link yma fan hyn. Os da chi eisiau rhoi pres I fi brynu gwyn coch. Wel, mewn gwirionedd, bydd e'n defnyddio'r pres ar gyfer setlo ar gyfer dinasyddiaeth. Ond diolch yn fawr am ddod i'r stream. Diolch yn fawr am gefnogi hefyd. I missed that part, but I hear you. Okay. What does that mean? Dyled yr awr, dyled yr awr, dyled y dyn. Whoa. Is it just like, I can't find an explanation. It's just other examples of its usage. Does it just mean like, good job? I'm assuming. I can't find an explanation. Okay. Right, let's do this, chat. I want to move my mic out of the way because it's like between me and the screen, but I can move my windows, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Deaf history. 7050. Man with the name. Oh, that's slow. Abbe de. What? P. What? French man. Oh, he's a Christian. He's a priest. He saw girls, deaf, signing. Home sign. He saw, I was like, oh. Christian must what? They can't, wait, what? They can't speak the right? Something family, something dead. Also, the two girls don't know teaching what it is teaching. Abbe was like, okay, let's teach speaking, writing. Teach me sign. Exchange. Improve. He can write. They can write. They speak, sign, communicate good. Speak. What? Pray. Oh, is it prayer? Is that prayer? Okay, they can pray. Okay. 771. This guy started setting up the deaf school in France. Where? Oh, Paris. Yeah, of course it's Paris. The school's name is. Oh, let's go. Oh no. Deaf and something deaf and skills deaf and dumb. I need to lip read that one. They came to school, and then to 1814, America. The man of the name, Thomas. Oh, is it like, yeah, Gallaudet. I don't know how to pronounce the name actually. Sign name. Oh, cool. Visited the area, like Hartford. Saw the brothers, sisters playing. What do I mean? Oh, someone's left out? Ah, okay, right. Alice wanted to follow and talk to Alice. Alice can't speak. So taught writing. Hat. The girl was like, hat. Ah, okay. Cool. Alice, the father was playing teach deaf. Some funding to Thomas Gallaudet to research how to teach. Alice, the father, rich. Police? Doctor. How? Okay. Started to go where? Britain. Oh, that's Britain. Yay. Britain mentioned. Britain have deaf school. Man of the name same. Thomas. What? Oh, okay, surname different. A Bridewood. Bridewood or something. In Scotland. Oh, something in Scotland. Dundee? Is it Dundee? I need to lip read. Teach the boys, the deaf boys. Rich. Someone's rich. I don't know who's rich. Got money to teach. Who? So the group kept growing. 1770. Group kept growing. Thomas Bridewood. I went to London and taught where? Hackney. Thomas Gallaudet came. Oh, they met. The two Thomases met, and they discussed how to sign. Thomas Bridewood was like, not sure. Nah. Thomas Gallaudet was like, no, I've got money. It's free. What? Why is Thomas Bridewood not happy? What? Let's go to France and talk to the Abbe guy. Can you help me? The French guy was like, yeah, sure. So, if Thomas what? Do you want to share, help America? I mean, America will finger spelling what? The two hands. Oh, okay. France. Okay, the French people use one hand. Finally, they discussed. What did they discuss? The French finger spelling. Deaf people. Deaf person name Laurent. Clerk. Gallaudet was sign language. Thomas Gallaudet taught English. Who taught who? They improved. Finally, America first deaf school. When? 1817. Laurent, French deaf, deaf teacher, America. Laurent Thomas Galladay. Wife deaf, is a deaf woman. So, together. Oh, I missed the start of that. No, I keep missing the start. That's annoying. Sophia Fowler. They were married. 8 children. Oh, Jesus. The young one name was Edward. Teacher to learning a lot. What? No, I didn't get that. 1864. Start college. Deafblind. Something. Government school. Is it maybe? Something university. What's kind of got to do? 851. Interesting. Is that it? Oh my goodness. Oh, is it reading it?
Covranade bark at YGWIN cock Garau.
Garau indeed. Diolch yn fawr am y cyfraniad at y gwyn Garau, diolch yn fawr. Mae croeso mawr i chdi dod popeth i trafod bethau, siarad efo fi ar y streams. Considering this sign, you think he'd at least mute the background noise? Oh, what? I didn't even realize. Because I didn't have headphones on. I didn't realize there was background noise. Oops. But, think about it from his perspective. If he's deaf, I don't know if he is, but I assume he is. There is no difference. And that's the thing as well, right? Deaf people, like, first of all, they may not know if there is background noise, or they just don't care. So, like, if you look at any videos made by deaf people, quite often, I'm not saying all, but quite often there would be like loads of noises and like very awkward cuts in the audio because that just makes sense. Someone was washing up. Oops, I just totally didn't know that. I see that's a deaf experience. I didn't know that because I didn't have my headphones on. But yeah, you can see me the mental process of me trying to like understand that, and like seeing individual signs and trying to put them together according to the syntax or from context, from the history, from the story he was telling. It is not easy. I didn't catch everything. One thing that often happens is, for example, there are some signs in BSL specifically where you sign the first letter, for example, that's GG, and then you have to lip read the word. For example, Germany, government, game, and quite often I'm focused on the hands and I keep forgetting to lip read. I when I was doing my level 2 receptive exam, I kept telling myself I need to focus on the lips because either way I will see the hands. They're very much in frame, but I need to focus on the lips so that I don't miss like crucial information. I managed that in my exam, but still in my everyday life signing, I'm still not used to focusing on the lips. So I often miss crucial information, like when I have to like use the lips to distinguish between two signs. I miss that, and also like sometimes when he starts fingerspelling something, that's for example when there is a name, there's no sign for a name. It's an English name or a French name or American name. So they would like fingerspell, but then often I would focus. I would switch my brain to like fingerspelling mode once I realize they're fingerspelling, but it's often too late. I've missed the first letter, especially when it's fingerspelled quickly. This guy fingerspells really slowly, so I basically got all the fingerspelled words. But like normally, when someone's signing and suddenly they're like, "Oh, France" or whatever, that doesn't make sense because there's a sign for that. But they suddenly start fingerspelling, and I can't switch quickly enough. I don't know how to like cope with that problem, but it is a problem that I have very often, unfortunately. That's you know, I don't know if you find that interesting, but that's how it is from my perspective as a learner of a very different language from what most people are learning. What apps are you use when learning Welsh? Anything, everything. That was very interesting to see the literal way you're translating and then just interpreting what's said. Yeah, that I think I was trying to show you my mental process as well. To be fair, when I don't usually like watch and then like voice over it, right? So when I'm not voice, like, so that sort of like takes up a bit of my mental, I don't know, bandwidth. So my ability to understand was slightly impacted, but it's basically like that's how what happens. Like I see the signs and then I string them together to form the complete to form the full picture. I have a bad habit of trying to translate to English with proper grammar. I wonder what happens in like my classmates' minds. Like, do they do the same thing mentally as I do? Do they like do they have to formulate things into proper English grammar? Because when I'm watching, like I would see the signs and then I would translate that into grammar, so into English grammar for you guys. But when I'm watching someone sign, I don't normally do that. I see the signs, I get the meaning, and then I sort of get the whole picture. Hopefully, but I don't translate them into a different. I don't translate them into spoken language. Maybe that's what other people do. I don't know. I'm very much still practicing and training. Hello, Lars Usha. What's up? What time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 11. Okay, some people have to go to bed. I will have to. Oh my god, why are people coming in at the very last minute? I was just about to finish. Who's here? Who's here? Come. Who just came in? Say hi. Say hi, and then we'll say bye. You know what? While you guys do that, I might just do that. The same video again out for the sake of practice. You know, I'll this time I will mute the video and I will not try to translate that. I will just try to understand everything in my head, and you can enjoy that process with me. Maybe you understood some things as well, because maybe when I was translating stuff into English, maybe you got some of the signs. Maybe that's how you have learned something. Who knows? I'll do that one more time and then we'll call it a day. And I'll make some proper dinner. That was easier than I thought, because my teacher was like, nah, it's the first time you won't understand everything. But this guy was signing really slowly, especially the finger spelling. He was like, because like when normal people sign it every day, like they're like that. Thomas. It's actually a bit harder when they finger spell slowly, because I have to be like, Thomas. But that is what it is. Okay, let me try that one more time and then we'll call it a day. Okay, cool. Chat. If you're here, let me know so I can like properly bid you farewell after this. Let's do this one more time. Oh, I'll mute it. Mute it. I don't what is that? That's not, unless that's a C. Is it a C? Is it a C? Oh, maybe that's a C. De? No, that's not a C. What is that? Is that, oh, is like an apostrophe? Is that an apostrophe? That's not normal finger spelling. De? Yeah, le. That's a French name. So de, L apostrophe, e, B. Ah, de l'épée. Abbé de l'épée. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, what is... Can't do what? I can't. He's not spelling out. He's saying the name of the deaf school, but he's not spelling out. He's signing up that name. I can't. Country? National? I have to like lip read him to get what this is, because this could mean many things. I can't. Company? A skill. No, what? You know what? I'll cheat. I'll look up the name of the school. Why is he not spelling out? Okay, well, this guy's name is Abbé de l'Épée. I did get the name. What's the name of the school was? The Institut National de Jeunes Sourds de Paris. Okay, so the National Institute of Young Deaf in Paris. National, so national. Is that institute? Is it institute? That doesn't look like institute to me. National Institute for, okay. 4. Is that 4? 4. Okay. Institute for deaf and dumb. Maybe that's a different name, because okay, whatever. All children, France. I know this is Gallaudet. He misspelled it. Gallaudet is like Gallaudet, because it's the name of the university. It's a deaf university in America. He spelled it as Galladouet. So it's Gallaudet. Yeah, Gallaudet. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Gallaudet? Gallaudet. Gallaudet. Sorry, Gallaudet. So it's Gallaudet. He spelled it Gallaudet. That's also a challenge of understanding finger spelling in sign, because like sometimes they're not very good spellers. Good night, my friend. Good night to you. Don't forget you can slow down. I'm fine actually. This speed is this is slow. This is fine for me. Mostly. Family in America. Yeah, Hartford in America, not our Hartford. Alice, yeah. I'm really enjoying this actually. This is like fun history. Doctor, I got that. Oh, I'd love to be paid this much. Now that I'm looking at the lips, I actually get a lot of words from lip reading now. Oh, what is this? What is this? Is it Edinburgh? Oh, He signed ED for Edinburgh. I signed EDH. That's why I didn't recognize. I thought it might be Edinburgh, but it's a different sign from what I'm used to. Yeah. Edinburgh, yeah. So many deaf kids with rich families. I guess that's the only ones that like sort of get recorded in history. That's why. Yeah, Hackney. Yeah. Thank God I know the name Hackney. Hmm. Laurent. Yeah. Laurent. Clerc. Clerc. I'm starting to get confused with it because there are like so many people in this story at this point. There's like 4 people that he's mentioned, and then they're like all talking to each other. So now I'm like, who is talking to who? Who's teaching who? That gets a bit confusing. It's like a pronoun game. Like when you say he, and you're like, who are you talking about? Fowler, yeah. How do you pronounce Fowler or Fowler? Yeah, Edward. Wait, what is it? No, what is it? Oh, Washington D.C. That I thought it might be Washington D.C. I saw D.C. I was like, what is the Washington? That's what it is. Oh my God, Washington D.C. There we go. So that's where the Gallaudet. What? No. What? Only a grammar school. I think it's grammar school. I think. Oh, so the college became a university now. Okay. Oh, he died. Okay. That's it. That's it. Right. I hope some of you enjoyed this. I know this is like whenever I do sign language stuff, it's not particularly popular with the algorithm, but you know, it is what I do, so I might as well like show you how I do things. Anyway, so I think that will be it. Once again, the moment I'm about to finish, some people like come in, but I think that's it. I need to make some dinner. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.